Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
I went online to become a private detective. It was a private detective school online, and I paid online. I never heard from them again. I thought to myself, I either got ripped off, or this is my first case. This is a journalistic podcast, Shannon. We vaccinate our listeners with answers. And I'm going to keep lip-syncing the important questions until TikTok gives me a show. Shannon, how can the moon landing be real if the moon itself is fake?
That's not true, Mike.
Oh, isn't it true, Shannon? You're fake. You're a hologram.
1 in 5 New Yorkers are food insecure. What's your solution for that, Mike?
Fortune cookie. Because that's food and advice at the same time. Shannon, at least have the decency to backstab me, okay? You stab me in the front every time. Some fans can't watch the podcast because they're triggered by our sexuality. And message to those fans, we will leak a sex tape right into your mouth.
This is Mike Vecchione Investigates.
And you're not better than me. Welcome to another episode of Mike Vecchione Investigates. Guys, thank you for joining us. The queen is dead. Baby formula is scarce. John Hinckley Jr. keeps writing hits. And we're following all of these stories. No one else is going to follow up the way that we do here on Mike Vecchione Investigates. I tried being a comedian, and now it's about journalism, I think, for all of us. Because comedy is just a fly-by-night thing that doesn't get much respect. But journalism, hard-hitting journalism, is where it's at. And joining me, I worked with him over the weekend. He's fantastic, explosive, and just makes the shows a pleasure. And I asked him, I caught him in a weak moment, I think, and I was like, will you do the pod? And he's like, let me check my schedule. And then I did follow up. Persistence matters in this business. And I got him. It's Rich Aronovitch. He's back.
What it is, what it was, what it shall be.
Thank you for coming back, Rich.
That was my Walter Cronkite.
Wow.
It was journalistic.
It's very journalistic.
It's very...
And you've got your glasses
Hold on. He's right here. Yes.
Wow. You went live.
Earpiece.
Yeah.
Earpiece.
Right.
Yeah. There's always that delay, too. So, ask me a question.
How did you get here?
I took a bike.
You took a bike.
Right? Isn't there always
You're
a little...
so green, and you learned about it from last time because we were talking about the glaciers, and you corrected me because I said glaciers, and you said glaciers, and now you're biking here, and you learned.
Well, I think it's a mute point. Now, for years I said that, but it's a moot point, and I didn't learn that till I was way too old.
Because of the Hebrew school that you went to?
Oy vey, I have these ice cubes are frozen. And those ice cubes are glaciers.
Glaciers.
Yeah, last time here I had a great time, and I respect you as a journalist,
right,
more than a comedian.
Well, your mind is so acrobatic. That's why I had you back here. Your mind is an acrobat. Your body is a wonderland, but your mind is an acrobat. God, such a big brain.
Are we in an urban club right now? I don't know where the velvet ropes are. I'm in the VIP. Get me some bottle service.
I'm sorry if our diversity intimidates you, Rich, but we're not going to apologize for it.
I'm not diverse. I'm a Canadian Jew whose grandparents are Holocaust survivors, and I grew up where David Duke got elected. Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
Don't out-victim me.
I'm in the Victim Olympics, and I got a gold, which the Nazis stole from the Jews. Thank you. I'll be here all hour.
Well, let me tell you something. The show Friends doesn't have any black people. Are you offended by it? Do you watch it less?
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
And they had a black person on it.
Who?
The
Alicia
black
Tyler.
guy. Excuse me?
Aisha Tyler?
She was dating Ross.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
But was she in every... She wasn't in the cat... Please don't do our sound effects, Rich. Please leave that to the professional
I'm the white Michael Winslow.
women. There's women in the studio whose jobs depend on that. If you do it, they'll be out of work.
Are you identifying as people in the studio? See what I did there?
Yes. Gender is an issue, and it's our main issue. Please stop pumping your fists like that. It's confusing our fans. They're confused by that.
Sorry.
I have a solution for the Friends debacle of racism. Put people of color in post.
Put him in post.
Put him in post, for God's sakes. You have the footage. Put him in post. Damn it.
You mean like the friends that was shot in the 90s? Put him in post?
Yes.
How come?
Remix it with Living Single. Diverse it up a little bit. Diversify.
I would like
Or
to see that. How
How
about Seinfeld?
Seinfeld, no.
There's no people of color.
There was only one woman in Seinfeld. How about that?
That's crazy.
Are you offended by the alphabet because there's only like 5 vowels? So many consonants, Rich. Talk to me from your heart about this. I know you're passionate about equality.
You know what? I feel like Y is the non-binary.
Non-binary.
It's a non-binary.
Hasn't made a
because
decision yet.
It says sometimes I identify as a vowel.
Right.
Sometimes I don't.
Right.
So it's the non-binary.
A-E-I-O-U, sometimes
Times
Y.
Y.
And it's Y's choice, Rich.
Why?
Yeah, stop asking why, because that's offensive.
But
it's
I was just saying.
you were-
It was the Y, and it looks like a penis.
it's a V and then a
Ew.
stem.
It's a V with.
It's a V and a stem.
Now-
It's both.
So is V post-op trans? Post-op trans.
Be careful. Rich, you know that
Is that the cancel? Is that the cancel? Is that the cancel?
That's your out of the business.
You're
You're out of the business.
well,
Rich.
that's okay because I haven't heard of me either.
You just danced your way back into the business. Now you're back in.
I'm back in.
But it's offensive to me because my name starts with a V, and I think you knew that.
Well, I have a V in my name.
Vecchione.
Aronovitch.
Yeah, but it's in the middle of your name.
Sure, but it's the most important part.
Is it?
Otherwise,
Aronovitch?
I'm Aronovitch, and I sound like a cream. Yeah. Side effects may include hilarity.
Now, what's with the mustache, Rich? Is this a more serious?
The
is it a more
mustache-
serious
okay,
Rich
so
Aronovitch? And the glasses.
The glasses are simply I want to be able to see.
I think you break that out only during tax time.
This is true. I didn't, you know what? I didn't think about, when I think podcast, I think listening. So I was
Right.
like, what kind of visuals do we have? Not realizing.
It's all video now.
It's all video
People
now.
watch on
They're
YouTube.
watching all on
People
YouTube.
watch on
YouTube, heard of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we all have police body cams? Everybody's a podcast? Everybody's a podcast.
I think we are, hold on, let me live stream this. We are live right now on Reels, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. It's Live My Life Through My Phone. I'm sorry, were you talking to me?
No, I was on Reddit where they were criticizing you for that.
Reddit was a safe place.
Hack! It was just big letters.
The mustache for your original
Yeah,
question.
my original question.
I think I look like a guy who catches predators and I'm working undercover.
Was that a nose honk?
That was a nose honk.
Yeah.
You don't have that sound effect, do you, Shannon? Thank you.
I do not.
We have to get
the
into-
ba-ba-ba identifies as a nose
We have a
honk.
special app for clown car sounds.
I'm the white Michael Winslow. I'll do my own sound effects. Thank you.
Rich, how did you find the ride here? Are the bike lanes cluttered with restaurants? Did you hit a restaurant on the way here?
There's one restaurant. I play music so that people will listen to me, not because I need my people to hear my music.
Right.
But this little speaker here tries to save me, and it doesn't really work. I'm constantly yelling at people.
Well, you seemed like you ride really fast. Tell me that's not true.
I do because today was a very busy day, jam day. Things were happening. Business was.
Yeah.
I was calling. I need an entertainment lawyer. Wait, no, I need a manager. Wait, no, I need an entertainment manager lawyer. So things were happening, and I was like,
you have a hard out, and that's ironic because Shannon needs a hard in.
Shannon does not look like she's hard up for a hard in.
She's not hard up at all.
I
She's
don't
what
have
we call
Say what?
picky
Yeah,
in our community.
You're picky,
I haven't had sex in almost 5 years.
obviously by choice.
Yeah, it is by choice.
Uh,
Don't come in here and go by choice. Yes, it's by choice.
It's clearly by choice.
But it's a woman's right to choose, Rich.
Not anymore.
She can choose
Not
who
anymore.
she wants. Okay? And I
Not
know it's-
anymore.
And in this state, she can choose who she wants. If she goes,
State of isolation, state of loneliness, state of.
that's your favorite sound, Rich. I think you have a thing on your eyeglasses. Do your eyeglasses shoot water or have a windshield? It seems like it seems like they would be prank glasses.
These would
just
be-
knowing you. Does your mustache shoot?
Well, I twirl it like this, and then all of a sudden I'm in a onesie fighting like this with a bicycle with one big tire.
I think
One big tire.
I thought if you would live in Brooklyn.
That was my first part. Yes. Did you watch it? Did you see my? I said I grew this mustache. Oh, what's your next question? Where in Brooklyn do I live?
Yes.
Samepage.com.
Samepage.com, but I didn't steal that from you.
I know you didn't.
I'm not a joke thief.
I know you're not.
And I wouldn't have brought it up on this show if I knew that that's your part of your hour.
But it's not part of my hour.
Okay.
It's a part of my minute. It's not part of my intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, his Brooklyn mustache. It's Rich Aronovitch.
Hey,
no V.
How about
took it out of the alphabet.
How about all weekend I said give it up for Rich, and now give it up a separate round of applause for his mustache.
I thought it was so funny.
Did you hear it on the way out?
You were mixing it up.
Give it up for Rich for dressing up. Remember that?
I felt seen.
We were ribbing each other.
I think it was a one-way thing.
No, but it wasn't a one-way.
Because I wasn't ribbing you. Did I bring you up and say, your next comedian has been on the Ernie Koufax show and your show of shows and BET's Comic View? He's also the only black member of Friends and Seinfeld, Mike Vecchione.
In post, Rich. What do you think of my idea in post? Lazy editing, I say.
I love the idea of like the Fight Club one frame, sort of like Martin Lawrence, like just a quick.
Yes.
Damon Wayans, something really quick.
Right.
From In Living Color.
Yeah.
Is it of Living in Living?
It's in Living Color.
In.
Yes. In Living Color. You got here on a bike lane. You speed. What is it? Is it a 2?
I left at 3:43.
Right.
I got here
3:55.
I got here, which is to me.
You're super fast.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
Is it because you're a father? Has fatherhood done that to you?
Well,
has it changed you?
No.
It has?
Of course it is. It's changed everything about me.
That you have a family now. I knew you when you didn't have a family.
Yeah, you knew me when I was a mess.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you were a mess. You were always...
I remember we did one gig, and I remember getting hammered. And I thought, you were headlining, and I thought it was funny to say, they're actually taking away credits for you headlining. But some people can take these jokes. When I went to LA, they did not like the ribbon.
Well, because it's serious there. That's the big leagues. You can play around here in the small leagues. When you go out there, you're in the big leagues.
You
okay,
think it's
dude?
big leagues out
Yes. Yes. You can't insult them like that. Who do you think you are?
Of Living Color, the remake.
Now, you got here really fast on that bike. Do you fancy yourself athletic, Rich?
I do not fancy myself athletic. I fancy myself punctual, and I was upset that I left. See, what happened was I was like, is someone burning toast? And I was like, oh my gosh, I stink. Fatherhood. Change the way hygiene. Because when you're with your son or your daughter, right. or right now my son identifies as, but if when he turns 2, he can transition however he feels.
Will you still love him?
Absolutely.
Will you still love him?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I will love him
checking.
from afar because I'm kicking him out of the house. Kidding! Kidding jokes!
I have to check with you on that.
Do you know that it's, do you know the middle name of Chuck E. Cheese is not Edward? It's entertainment.
How dare you take my act and use it against me? People say it's entertainment cheese, and it's not. It's Charles Edward Cheese. And I'll defend that till the end of time, Rich. Okay? I want you to stop listening to my act.
I will. I just am up there doing slow karate. So
we had a great time this weekend.
Oh my!
And
Saturday was
fights,
so
and you
much
didn't even
better.
come back to see who won, and it hurt my feet. I was like, Rich is.
First of all, I texted you. Secondly,
Rich is funny. Rich is absent.
Rich
More
is
like
absent.
should be
You know
your
who's
website.
absent? My wife is in Holland.
Right.
So that's why
She had to get away from you?
Yes. So I had to run home because I had to relieve the babysitter.
She couldn't relieve herself?
Oh.
No use of the bathroom? Is that the rules? God, you're like you're a fascist.
I am on.
You're being a fascist.
I'm being a fastest because I'm on the bike and I go fast, so I'm a fastest.
You're the fastest.
I'm the fastest.
Let the sound do its job. We have to fire women if you don't let them just do their job, Rich. And women can be astronauts.
Do you think if we take away the guns from the people that have guns, they go triggered? That's a joke I just thought of. I just thought of that, Shannon. I just thought of that. I'm triggered. I have a gun. I live in Texas.
We have a lot of fans in Texas,
Good.
actually.
I love Texas. I got a comedy club owner reached out to me and said, how do I book you? I said, let's talk. And I never heard from him again. Show business. That's how it gets done.
You got ghosted. Does that happen to you a lot, Rich? By somebody with a big belt buckle?
A belt buckle says belt buckle, KC for gas. Hey, speaking of Corpus Christi, I went there. And Corpus Christi is named after the body of Christ,
right?
Which made sense to me because as soon as I got off the plane, all I kept thinking was, Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Our Christian fans are going to be upset about that one, but I'll back you because I'm freedom of speech. I believe in freedom of speech.
Are you bringing the First Amendment?
Is that the first one?
That's the first one.
Yeah, that's number one.
And the right
Numero uno amendment.
To gather and dance and and
not the Footloose though. Did you see the movie?
Many years ago.
But it's like you couldn't dance in that town, and because dancing is a gateway activity to like meth. It's true.
I would say meth is a gateway activity to dancing. Let's
Get
be
out of
honest.
here.
And cleaning. And cleaning.
Yeah. Our the meth heads.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Got to do something. You want to clean the house? I'll clean your house. We'll do a podcast right now. We'll do a podcast inside the podcast, and we'll do video and live stream right now. Shannon, are you single? You want to stay single? It's cool. No big deal. It's all right. My dad was born in Modi, Italy. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a believer. Oh wait, I'm married, so we can't do this. But like, if I wasn't married, like in a hypothetical world, would you consider it? I'll shave the mustache or just the middle part, and then I'll kiss Hitler, and then we'll like stick together and be like, Hitler, you complete me. I mean, that's not really what I do, but like, we should build things. We should make things happen. You want to go to Home Depot? I mean, I love Home Depot. You ever been there? I danced there one time. It went viral. It had like 7 million followers, and that's why I got to do like this thing today where I got to talk to a guy. He wants me to be the spokesman for a tampon commercial. Anyways, back to you in the studio.
You opened for Limp Bizkit. You raise a great point.
I didn't open for them. I danced with them. I danced with them. I didn't open for them.
I'm sorry to mean to disrespect your career. You were with them.
It would be better if I opened for them.
But you were with them.
I was with them.
And you're good friends with Fred Durst. Now, what's he like? Is he gluten-free?
He's not. I actually did not.
Gluten?
I didn't. I think he's pretty healthy.
Yeah.
However, I didn't discuss it because that's a very sensitive subject. Because it used to be. You remember 9/11?
Well,
it was
Limp
Al-Qaeda
Bizkit
was the enemy.
Yeah.
Right.
Now it's gluten.
Now it's gluten. Gluten's the enemy.
But he's from a band called Limp Bizkit. For a man to be in a biscuit-related group and then not eat bread.
But that's the thing. I know it's got to be a sensitive subject, and I don't know if he's a celiac.
Yeah. Yes, the celiacs. They're
celiacs.
a very powerful group in our society. Do you have allergies?
No.
The answer was yes, I am Jewish.
Oh. I'm allergic to small portions and big tips. Everything here's I have nothing to complain about, so I'll complain about that.
Rich, how was Limp Bizkit?
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes. It was one of the coolest experiences. But I will say my son's birth, more cool than that.
Get out of here.
Absolutely.
Was it really?
Beyond.
Did he come out to music at least?
He came out with the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, to which I was like, that's a problem. Excuse me, doctor. First of all, no fat chin selfie, thanks. Can you take that umbilical cord off my son's neck? It makes him look fat. So, no, apparently that happens all the time, but it was kind of freaky.
Wrapped around the neck?
Wrapped around the neck.
Yeah, the kids who are badasses.
Yeah. He wrapped it around himself.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm not listening to you, Mom. And he wrapped it around. I'm like, no, we better send him to therapy quick.
No, face tattoo at 1, I say. Get him a face tattoo. Get him a teardrop because he's going to be capping people.
Oh, forget it.
Great attitude.
Drive-by crying.
Were you ready? All right, guys, I want to take a second to talk about our friends over at rockauto.com. Ever have a friend that has a guy? Nobody can find something, but your friend has a guy? Well, I've got your guy for auto parts, and it's rockauto.com. They've been in business for 20 years, and while every other business in this country might be raising prices or low on stock, when it comes to auto parts, you've got a guy. Rock Auto is there for you guys. I'm telling you, rockauto.com has the auto parts you need in stock at reliably low prices. And I'm telling you, everyone in this country is raising prices, and stock is low everywhere. RockAuto.com has your back. If you've got a used car, it's probably appreciating in value. The car market is hot, which is why now's the time to keep your car well maintained. It feels good knowing you're driving a reliable car, and RockAuto.com makes it easy with every part you need at low prices. So go check out RockAuto.com if you're looking for auto parts. Rock Auto is your guy, and let them know we sent you. At checkout, yell at them. And I know about this from Mike Vecchione Investigates podcast. Kidding, there's a box to put our show name in, so you don't have to yell, even though we appreciate it if you do scream our name from the mountaintops. Once more, that's rockauto.com with all the auto parts you need at amazing prices. rockauto.com. All right, guys, let's get back into it. Were you ready for fatherhood, Rich? Did it sneak up on you?
Got to tell you, I was scared, and then one day the sun hit me right, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, there's a lot more dumb people that have done this.
Yes.
And they've done it before the internet.
All right.
Back in my day, my father used to smoke a cigarette, put it out of my eyeball, and punch me in the face in a station wagon. You peanut allergy? Here, let me kick you in the balls. So,
Do you keep your son away from Tide Pods? Because they're killing our kids.
No.
You let him run. He's smart enough to go, oh, this is probably
Nah, we gate off the kitchen. We gate it off. We gate it off, and when he's in there, I'm next to him.
Do you feel like that confines him, though?
No.
If you're sealing him off from the real world,
No.
he's going to be raised just like a veal?
No, if I kept him in the kitchen, he would be veal. He's on the more room area.
If I could locate your heart
and stab you with my child, what? That's not the act.
No. I'm sorry.
Glasses conscious, by the way. You're very blurry, but I look better.
I think you look great with the glasses or without the glasses. Take the glasses off for emphasis, which is an old joke from the 80s.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. Our fans felt that one.
I don't know.
They can't even tie their own shoes half the time.
How about Tide Pods?
Yeah.
Do you think I look better? What do you think of the mustache?
I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm
It's
getting a lot of compliments. I was going to shave it.
Yeah. Women love it. Women love it. Shannon, do you want to weigh in here? And Natalie? Mustache?
It's you wear it well.
That's a no. That's a hard no from Shannon.
It's a hard shoot.
She was like trying to be as
She
nice
would never
as possible.
sleep with you.
I'd like the honesty.
It would be
Shannon.
another 5 years.
She was like, no.
No, I think you can pull it off, just like how Mike was able to when he was playing the
I
fireman.
looked terrible.
No, you could pull it off.
I had a friend who just saw the movie recently, and he said, why did they make you gain so much weight for the movie? I go, they didn't. That was my normal weight.
Well, you should kid out that gluten, boy.
Gluten is our lifestyle here on this podcast.
Gluten is my bestie.
Gluten is our lifestyle. Rich, we're 20 minutes in, and we've gotten the get to know me time has really flown.
This is get to know me?
Yeah, this is get to know me time.
Okay.
Are you on anything? Because you're just so high energy.
You know, this is a sad thing.
Maybe Yo Kratom or somebody that sponsors the podcast?
Say that again?
Yo Kratom or somebody that sponsors the podcast?
What's Yo Kratom? I mean, yeah, I love you.
You love Yo Kratom, right?
Oh, he healed my knee.
It can heal your knee.
It healed my knee, and also
it can heal your life.
It healed my life. You know, Yo Kratom. My life, I was sad, depressed.
Yeah.
Then I took Yo Kratom.
Right.
And I had a boner that lasted for 4 hours. The side effects, comedy. I don't know what Yo Kratom is.
Okay. Well,
are they one of your sponsors?
Yeah, they're one of my sponsors.
What do
they're
they do?
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, I know you have to say that. But what do they do?
No, I don't have to say anything. I'm a freelancer.
Okay.
And I'm a private contractor.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
a public figure.
What is it called?
Yo Kratom.
Yo Kratom. They're delicious.
And they're delicious.
What is it? You eat it?
Yeah, you eat it.
And
it's
then-
pill form and in powder form, dog.
Okay, well,
it makes you feel great.
Well, I don't take anything. Believe it or not, I'm high on life.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm just a wacky guy.
Yeah.
I'm a wacky guy. I'm a great guy. I'm really fantastic, and I do great things from your cranium.
Are you a very stable genius?
I'm a most stable genius. Right now, my words are so effective. There are podcasts where people are getting standing ovations, and I don't know why. Let's get to the fake news from Obama.
Okay, let's go to plugs right now, Shannon. Right now, at the height of our power, I think we'll go to plugs.
Go ahead.
MikeVecchione.com for all dates, guys. I appreciate you. You know that I love you. I appreciate your 5-star ratings and reviews. MikeVecchione.com for dates. At Comic Mike V on all social media platforms. Please tell a friend. This is a hot podcast, and we are kicking down doors to get you the best guests, not only in New York City, but the United States of America. MikeVecchione.com, at Comic Mike V. Tour dates coming up. Skankfest, and before Skankfest, I'll be at the Comedy Cellar Rio the week before Skankfest, so I'll be in Vegas all week. Rich.
I will go to Rich is Funny. I've got great dances on TikTok and great content on Instagram. And I'm big on LinkedIn. I'm huge on LinkedIn. I got a big LinkedIn. No, don't go to LinkedIn.
Okay.
Or you could go to Rich is Funny. Mike, I'm about to redo my website, but
He's about to redo his website.
actually, I'm going to have someone else do it.
He's going to have someone else do it.
You repeat everything I say.
Yeah, for emphasis.
For emphasis.
I want the people going to richisfunny.com.
Go to richisfunny.com.
Shannon, what do you got?
You can follow me on Instagram at Shannon Lee 6982. Listen to my podcast, The Thing Is Ding. We talk about bad dates, fighting, and ghosts. We have guests come on, and they tell their own personal experiences about a bad date they've been on, a time they were in a street fight, and an experience with the paranormal. And we actually, in the first week of October, hopefully, we have our first ghost hunting episode coming out as well. Wherever you listen to Mike Vecchione Investigates, you can also watch it live for free every single Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern at gasdigitalnetwork.com/live. That's absolutely for free. The best way to support the show is to go to gasdigitalnetwork.com, use promo code MVI. You will get a 1-week free trial, which gives you access to every single episode of this show that we've ever done, as well as every single episode of every show on all of Gas Digital Network, all for free for 1 week. If you listen on iTunes or YouTube, make sure to rate, review, tell a friend, leave a comment. Every little bit of interaction helps the show grow. Go to podcastmerch.com for t-shirts, hoodies, and mugs. And if you have your own video investigation to submit, send it in to MikeVecchioneInvestigates@gmail.com.
Yes, and Shannon, could you pull up my dates one more time? Because I have some dates that I have to really emphasize.
When's Skankfest?
Skankfest is in a couple weeks, right,
14th
Shannon?
to
Next
the
month.
16th, I believe. Yes,
Next
October
month.
14th.
Where is it?
In
Vegas.
Is it going to go along with the Rio?
No, I'll do the Rio first.
Oh, then you just stay in
Then I'll
Vegas.
just stay in Vegas.
Wow, that's good planning. That's called routing, folks.
Rerouting.
Rerouting.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second.
I
Sorry.
guess we could.
Slight
guess
technical difficulty.
We'll get it in post.
We'll do it in. We'll have that with a black guy in post
For friends.
for friends.
Oh, it's coming right now. Here we go.
All right, Phoenix, Arizona.
Nate
This
Bargatze's
weekend,
special taping.
Special taping.
That's my ex-roommate.
23rd, 24th. I know you live with Nate. We
That's
both
my
love
name
Nate.
drop.
Bloomington, Illinois.
Who books that?
Bloomington, Illinois. That's a private event. You guys
Who books
are not,
that?
You guys are not welcome to that private event. Las Vegas.
How'd you get that?
Comedy Cellar Rio, Skankfest.
Can I do that?
And then October 21st, 22nd, I'm at Wisecrackers.
You have an opener?
In Mohegan Sun, Wilkes-Barre, PA. Then Magooby's
I'll open
Joke
for
House,
you. I'll MC.
November 10th, Baltimore, Maryland. And then finally, November 11th through 13th, my 50th birthday.
I'll go.
Denver,
I'll go.
Colorado.
I'll buy my
Comedy
own
Works.
flight. I'll buy my own flight.
Check out MikeVecchione.com.
Can I just sell the merch? Can I bring up the MC? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Comedy Works. Your host plays club and college all over town. Please give it up for Chuckle Bowties.
Clap if you love to hear the sound of applause.
By round of applause, how many people like it when comedians ask you to clap? Thank you.
Oh my God, Rich! I can't waste your talent. I know you have a heart out, so just took candy out of your mouth.
Yeah, I realized it's going to be like making cling cling sounds.
Yeah, thank you for respecting the sound
I don't want
quality of the podcast.
Like, how annoying would that be?
Yeah, we'd have to use.
I'm like, what is there, a 90-year-old Jew in the background? Shannon, are you a 90-year-old Jew? So I caught her mid-vape.
Even
I
if
caught her
you wanted-
mid-vape. I hope I didn't hurt your throat.
No, I got it.
That's what he said.
Not in the last 5 years.
Oh, no!
Zabba-dabba-ding-dong.
He's going crazy.
Yeah, check me
He's
out the
going
Mohegan
crazy.
Sun Comedy Works. Still Nate Bargatze taping.
Okay. Well, Rich, I can't, even if you keep that in your mouth, we can, it's better if you don't have it, but we can edit
It's gone.
We can edit it out.
Magic.
Edit and post.
I'm just going to do that without the candy.
Our fans are getting aroused. Now listen, let's get to some of these stories. The first one. Rich, are you ready for it? This is like hot takes.
Hey, I'll do a Texas answer. Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle?
Spider stopped atop the Queen Elizabeth's casket at funeral. The Queen is dead. Rich, what's your reaction?
Wait, she's dead?
She died.
She died.
Yeah.
People are... Someone asked me, they go, how did the Queen... How old was she? 90? Well,
96.
Someone said, how did she die? They literally asked me. I go, the parachute didn't open.
That's really good. That's a good answer.
Like, what are you kidding?
Yeah.
She got bit by a spider and it's coming back for more.
Parasailing. A spider stopped atop the queen's Should this spider be executed? I mean, trying to climb on the queen's casket? I mean, the casket?
I'm a spider. Excuse me, I'm doing my web. Could you move? That's how me.
Rich, what are you saying with this? Are you saying English spiders are different than American spiders?
Absolutely.
You think they're more polite and they're more charming?
Excuse me, if you don't mind, I'm going to put a web here. Please try not to run into it.
Shannon, could you please read some of this story before Rich takes over the hilariousness of this?
Yes, I'll show you real quick. So here's the image, and hold on, it's right here, and then they zoom in a little bit. It's right here.
Yeah.
Gross.
Thank God that we got that. Shannon hates bugs.
Yeah, I hate this.
Do you think that there's a movie coming out of this? Spider Queen? Spider-Man? We get it, misogyny. How about Spider Queen?
I like it.
Do you like it? Can I pitch it to you?
Pitch it to me.
Okay. It's a spider.
Nope, you'll never work in this town again.
God. You're such a hardcore executive.
Yeah. Next.
Okay. Wow.
I'm just playing the role of...
Yeah. What
hey.
happened with this spider, Shannon? Because it was there and then was it gone?
Yeah, so it said the spider clung to the card for a few seconds before returning to the wreath atop the casket. That's really it. People were tweeting about it, saying it was the luckiest.
Did
spider
anybody
in the world.
kill it, though?
No.
But let me ask you a question. Sure. How many more followers on TikTok did the spider get? These spiders is crazy! These spiders is crazy! They do anything for a like! Spider motherfucker!
Did the spider get excommunicated to Ireland or something, Shannon?
No, it doesn't say that in the article.
Okay, well, it's time to move on to the next one then. House of the Dragons. Are you watching, Rich?
I have not started House of Dragons. I was going to wait for
Dragons.
my wife. It's a very pay attention-y show.
Wow.
But I liked the Game of Thrones season 1 through not the last season.
You're not going to watch the House of Dragons until your wife gets back from Holland.
She's coming back Wednesday, bad boy.
But it's Holland. Is Holland one of the actual kingdoms?
No, but I'm gonna have a hard time sleeping tonight. You've got to stop that. Okay. I'm gonna be staring. I'm like, I can't get the noise right. I was on a cruise because Scott hates me, and they apparently
Were you working?
I was working on the cruise. It was the first. It was first place I performed after the panty. And they went there, and they wouldn't let us get off the ship. And I was where they filmed the Game of Thrones. I was there where they had the throne. The Iron Throne was there, and I couldn't go see it.
Why? Because of COVID?
Yeah, they wouldn't let the entertainers off because of COVID.
They won't. Let
and I said, I demand to speak to the manager.
But they wouldn't let the entertainers off, and you guys can't sleep with each other or the guests.
Well,
does that put a crimp in your style?
I have a Shannon clause, so I won't sleep with anyone anyways. They call it the Shannon clause.
The Shannon clause.
The Shannon clause.
The Shannon Lee.
The Shannon Lee clause. I'm off the market. Sorry, ladies and or men.
Do a lot of people want you, Rich? Is your sexuality palpable?
Yes.
Okay. House of Dragons brings another brutal wedding scene. Are you good at weddings, or are you brutal? How are you at weddings?
I just went to a wedding called Spoiler. And I don't know if giving away the plot.
But it's in the paper, Rich.
Okay.
House of Dragons brings another brutal wedding scene to the GOT world. Now, how are you? I'm taking this little antidote and I'm extrapolating it out. I'm using my journalism to extrapolate it out to a common thing like, how are you at weddings? Do you enjoy them?
It depends. I just was at a wedding, and I don't know if I'm.
Do you heckle? Do you go, annulled? Boring.
No, the music was too loud.
Oh my God.
My ears were bleeding, and I was. But we were playing a joke on my mother, and like we were making fun of her, and she missed the joke, and she kept asking me, so I would go like this, and I would tell her the joke, but the music was too loud; she couldn't hear me. I was like, "Mom, I told you 10 times," and she still doesn't know what the joke is, which is great.
Do you let that happen? Do you just let it go and let her never get the joke?
Well, we're gonna use as much. We're gonna milk it for as much as possible.
Right.
Yeah.
You went like this
to milk it.
To milk it, and I assume that's with a cow. But now people are using oat milk
This was the almond. This was
it almond milk?
I was
You were
almond,
squeezing an almond?
I'm squeezing an almond.
Because our fans are very sensitive about that.
And I'm gluten-free.
We do not.
Lactose intolerant.
It's cruel to cows.
Cruel.
To milk them.
Yeah.
Even though I think they secret.
Move over.
It's another home run, Rich. God, you hit so many out of the park. Do you think if one of your, because you're married, a married person loses their wedding ring, do you think the marriage just should be over?
Nope. No. I think there should be enough integrity into that person that wedding ring won't matter. Listen, I have wedding.
But if they actually cared about the marriage, would they lose the ring?
No, but
no, they.
But I have callus. It has a little mark, and I was like, oh, it hurts my finger, and so I took it off, and then I just put it in the drawer. And I'm like, hey, honey, I'm not gonna cheat on you. This ring won't make a difference. And she's like, okay, and then life is good, and that's.
How about a tattoo of a ring? It doesn't feel like you're that committed if you're taking the ring off, Rich.
I would get a tattoo, but then I'd have to be like, are Jews allowed to get tattoos?
Can't be buried in a proper cemetery.
Yeah, I tell that to my grandmother.
You have to be buried with the Goyles.
With the Goyles?
The Goys? What are we called?
I don't.
What are we called?
Gargoyles. We refer to you as gargoyles.
I heard your favorite boy band is Goys to Men.
Oi, sink.
Okay, let's get back to journalism. One boob TikToker goes viral. Shannon, explain this, because Rich is the king of TikTok, and it's a one boobed woman has gone viral.
Okay, so I'm going to show. It's a video. So hold on, just 1 second.
That was you, Shannon.
Here we go. Okay.
Haven't finished going through puberty yet. It's fine. It's nothing. It will grow.
More years went by. Now she's into her 16s and 17s, and she's having to stuff her bra with socks. I don't know about on her left side.
So I went onto the internet and I Googled one boob, which I wouldn't recommend doing because there were some weird things that came up.
And I suggest do not Google one boob. Pinky, promise me, posse.
And she said, I have no idea what this is. As I was walking my chest, and she said, oh my God.
I'm going to freeze it here just so you can see her. So, yeah, so basically.
She has one boob.
Yeah, one side grew.
Dude, that's the spider. I recognize the accent. It's the spider. Sorry, I interrupt. Did I interrupt? I'm sorry.
No.
I just got so excited that investigative journalism.
I
knew that was the spider.
Right.
I can play more of it if you want, but
I think we got the idea. She's got one boob.
She's got one boob, but it's natural. She naturally grew one boob. She naturally grew one boob and then not the other.
After she went through puberty, she never grew breast tissue on one side of her body.
Okay.
So she's got some disorder.
Yeah, it's called Poland syndrome.
Poland syndrome? Spelled BQAZ4. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. I want to apologize to all the Polish people out there. I support your right to pierogi and live in Greenpoint.
There are a lot of Polish who listen to the show.
Yeah?
They can't figure out how to get it on, but they
they listen on their
AM radio
DVDs players.
Okay, the one boob at TikToker.
Listen, I have a guilty pleasure.
Are you a two boob?
I'm a two boob. I'm a double boob guy.
Double boob guy.
I mean, spooning would be obviously you'd only have one way to spoon with this poor girl.
Right.
But I will say this: there's a girl on there that has Tourette's, who's got millions of followers, and she's like an advocate. But I know that she puts out this content. She has "What it up?" Like she does a lot of that. You're done. Like in the middle of, like she really ticks, and it's
TikTok.
It's TikTok, and she doesn't make that noise, but but I watch it, and a part of me feels like very empathetic and sympathetic,
right.
And I never laugh at her. I just say, yes, Tourette's is a real problem.
You're rooting for her, Rich.
I am rooting for her.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a.
But is she putting it up for you to laugh?
She sells merchandise with it on.
Merch.
So she's in on it, but it does really it does look like she can't drive. Like she does have a hard life,
right?
But it's really a fascinating disease. And my friend sort of said, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be laughing at this. But then I was like, it feels like she's in on it.
Yeah,
because if she's making merchandise.
Yeah. I'd buy a cup holder.
Wind it up.
Duct tape.
Now, would she have merchandise?
I don't know if she has merch.
Because she should.
I mean, everybody should.
The 1 cup bra?
Yes.
Or she would just have a mug that says 1 cup, like for coffee. And then boom, now even I could have that.
Yes.
These
are all good ideas.
You're welcome. See, I'm empathetic to
I think you're
the spider, to the queen killer.
Duct tape bikini model suffers wardrobe malfunction during New York Fashion Week. This hits close to home because we're hot.
Yep.
So, I mean, do you understand what's going on with fashion now? It's all just tape. No one is actually wearing clothes anymore. It's just duct tape.
I was supposed to be a model. I was supposed to be a model.
What are your thoughts about tape?
It's electric. I don't. As somebody who I was supposed to be a model, but I'm obviously too tall, 5'8", and that world's harder than you realize, Shannon. Much harder than you realize. I know when I walked in, you went, visual candy, but it's a lot harder because we have to watch what we eat.
Yeah,
and people think it's easy. It's not easy.
Yeah,
you have to like walk and stand
with a book on your head,
and then turn around and walk back.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
With a book on your head, do you know what a book is, though?
Yeah,
You've heard of it, right?
It's the thing on your iPad. So I don't know.
These models are wearing tape.
Who? Why?
Duct tape.
The whole industry.
Sexy, dude. You don't understand what's sexy now. You're married. You have a family. You're a dad. You're not getting what's sexy. Sexy, less is more, and less is also less.
Yeah.
And it's just tape over the private parts.
That's
and you
what
can
they're
see
doing.
a boob, but you can't see a nipple.
And nipples are back. Boobs are back.
No, you shouldn't be allowed to see. The nipple is the part where you shouldn't be able to see.
Because that's where you want to go, milk.
It's oat milk and almond milk now.
Depending on the gluten intake.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be getting milk from women because they're not in that business anymore.
Right. I identify as someone who wants to have milk from men.
Yes.
Hence, we're bringing milkmen back.
Yes, milkmen should be coming back.
They're coming back.
But
I don't know what they make. I mean,
but there was a wardrobe
dumb.
malfunction. The whole point of the story, there was a wardrobe malfunction, Shannon. And it's a left turn on the story.
Yeah. Here, I'm not going to play the audio because it's not necessary. Here you go.
Oh, it's necessary. Boom, ba, boom, ba, boom, boom.
Do you see where it actually is
Yep,
happening?
her shoe.
Her shoe. Now, here's the question. Do you take one of the tapes from covering your private parts to fix the shoe?
I think you cut off
You're in a bad situation there.
You
and a lot of these women are in bad situations, Rich.
You cut off your leg, you take the tape, put it on your eye, you're now a pirate model. Arr, I'm fashionable. Easy solve. How did no one think of this?
No. You take off the whole leg?
Yeah, cut off the leg. Be committed to your craft. God. Walking around with duct tape and double-sided tape so you could find your soulmate. It's despicable.
Her shoe was broken, Rich, and we take it seriously on this show.
Yeah, and so was her dreams.
Yeah.
And her aspirations and hope.
Do you think electrical tape is too confining? What about Scotch tape?
I think
something a little more liberating, clear.
A lot of toxicity in Scotch tape.
Is there? There's a lot of toxicity in your masculinity right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to fight about it? Because I sure don't. Let's just talk it through.
It's a compassionate solution, Rich.
I hear what you're saying. And I see you, Queen. I see you.
Check out these travel jobs you didn't know existed. Shannon, this is a left turn on the articles. We're going to go right to travel jobs. Rich, I want to check you because you're very smart. You're a very worldly guy. And I want to see if you've heard of these new travel jobs.
Okay, first, Director of Mindfulness Programming.
Have you heard of that, Rich? Director of Mindfulness Programming?
This is like a step up from life coach. Ugh.
Do you hate mindfulness, Rich?
I hate life coaches. I'm a life coach. Get a real job.
But what about, is your mind, do you ever meditate? Your mind runs so fast. It runs so fast.
I do.
And you have to be mindful of the fact that...
Hold on, I'm meditating right now. I bring my own sound effects. I'm done.
But is this a job that's real and that you seem to be not have any respect for a mindful coach?
Here's what my issue is.
What's your issue, Rich?
If you're going to be in the spirituality business, you get out of the business. You have no business in this business. Because if it's spirituality, it should be for fun and for free, and it should be from your heart, which is the center of your soul.
God, you're confusing chakras on us. What about your financial? What about your wallet chakra?
Fine.
People need to make money, Rich. Even spiritual people need to eat, and they need a Cadillac.
I agree. But I think if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, you're going to mess up the whole spirit of spirituality. Mic drop.
You're being a troll right now.
I'm not being a troll.
You're being a dumpster fire to people who are trying to have spiritual jobs. Spiritual jobs, Rich? Ever heard of spiritual jobs?
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Dalai Lama, how much does it cost you to be the Dalai Lama? I'm just a spider with one boob.
Rich, could you please stop combining our news stories? Yeah. You're messing up journalism for everybody. 44 minutes in, Rich.
Crushing it.
Crushing it. What's the next
Feels
job?
like 10 seconds because we're having fun.
Oh, my God. It feels like 15 seconds, which is an Insta story. What's your Insta story? Shannon, what's the next job? Let's see Rich take this one apart. People don't have the right to earn a living, Rich.
They do have the right to earn a living.
Come on, man. Spirituality's big business. You don't get it.
The next one
Because
is
I'm actually spiritual.
Wildlife Conservation Manager.
Okay, Rich. What's your beef with this one?
It's a beef? Oh, you said beef with conservation wildlife. Beef's bad for the environment. The beef? You said beef? I think it's a good job.
Why? Yeah, you're just saying that. And you're placating me. You're playing a dangerous game, Rich.
I'm not playing both sides of the fence. What do you want? Wildlife conservation. We got to conserve the wildlife.
Yes.
The wildlife's not going to conserve itself.
No, it's not. They're wild.
They're wild.
They're wild.
And we want them to have life.
Yes.
So
we want them to conserve a little bit.
Conserve a little bit.
Don't kill off an entire species just because you can.
Big business is killing our wildlife. Stop it now by donating $19.95 to Wildlife Conservation.
Shannon, Rich, are those your bedroom eyes?
Are these my bedroom
No,
eyes?
I just felt like it was seductive what you were doing, even though it was a message. So was it seductive? Is that how you seduce?
No, it was. I was just concentrating. I was like, "What's the next word?" And then I was like, "Conservate." Maybe it was my bedroom eyes. Only I sleep in the bedroom.
Okay, you sleep in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Shannon, what is that job actually?
So they work with critically endangered species daily and educate.
Critically endangered, Rich.
Critically?
Yeah, not just endangered. There's another level. Critically endangered.
And they educate guests, school children, and locals alike about nature.
Do you hate guests, school children, and nature, Rich?
No, but I've been on a safari, and I find zoos like jail for animals.
What about Lion Country Safari, where you're in your own zoo of a car and the animals roam free?
That I'm into.
Yeah, drive-through zoo.
Drive-through zoo, roam free. But it's a little confining.
In your car?
No, for the animals, but at least it's better. It's much better.
Yeah, it's much better. God. Just getting you to give an inch is really hard negotiations. I think it's the glasses and the mustache.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
I thought you bought them together.
No.
Anyway, let's get to
Well,
let's get to the next one.
Right on cue on that one.
There's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, hold on.
Wait.
There is a delay.
Shannon, what's our next job? We got to stay I got to see, my job here is to keep Rich focused.
I have a child.
.com.
.net.
The next one is brand consultant.
Okay, Rich. If you're not on board with this, I don't even know who you are. Brand consultant. Branding. Everything is branding. Talk to me about your brand. Talk to me about how you're trying to expand it. The dancing, the joke writing, the fast wit, the improv, the hosting.
What are we going to do with you? You're the jack of all trades is the master of one. We need you to focus.
Right.
Okay. I don't think you dancing in these crazy streets is going to be good for your brand. Someone said that to me. I'm not going to say who it was.
Right.
But let's just say that woman gave birth to me. And she said, stop doing this.
Right.
And I said, no, I will not. And boom, look at me. I made it. I'm here at this podcast.
Are you going to send all of your followers to hurt her? Because is that doxing, Shannon?
Doxing? Doxing?
You would tell all of your followers where that person lives, and then they would hunt her down like Rambo.
No, because I still live with her.
Oh.
It's my mother in the basement. Shut up, Mom.
Okay. Shannon, what's the next job?
Next one is guest experiences manager.
Guest experiences manager.
Isn't that called the French? I think that's French for concierge.
Is that like a concierge, Shannon?
What did you say?
A concierge? I got my consonants mixed up.
I love that you call out every one of his mistakes, Rich. It really makes me laugh.
Meanwhile, I can't spell. My grammar sucks, and I mispronounce everything.
But
myself.
Shannon is so on your side right now. She's been looking for a reason. Yeah.
No look,
Yeah.
knuckles. No
you
look,
guys
knuckles.
should pound each other through the glass.
I'm not pounding anybody. I'm married, and she's on sabbatical. Moving on.
She's on sabbatical. That's
She's
a
on
good way to put
sabbatical.
it.
She's on sabbatical.
So basically, yes, it does seem like it's a concierge. The guy that they're talking about here has worked at the Plaza Hotel for 6 years and helps with the guest experience. And that's the last one.
Wow.
I'm giving myself the victory. Whoop,
50
whoop.
minutes in, Rich has a heart out. We've got to do some Dear Abbeys because I want to know how Rich solves. You're a master problem solver.
I am.
Because improv is problem solving.
Yes,
and.
and.
You're a master at it.
Master, yes,
So
and.
let's use your skills. Dear Abby, I'm an American living in France. Everyone is rude to me, but I can't leave. Shannon, tell us more about it.
Okay, dear Abby, I went to college in France. It was my lifelong dream to move here and start my own life in this beautiful country. I succeeded, I married and had a child, but the marriage didn't work out. My son, who is now 8, has spent his whole life here. He fits in, he's popular. However, as a single working mother in a foreign land, I do not. I have mastered the French language, I can have an intellectual conversation in French, and I can even make jokes in French. I understand it's a different culture. I have had many different roles as a bilingual assistant in various sectors, such as real estate, digital transformation, architecture, and interior design. I count myself blessed to always be able to find work, but the women here just don't like me. I am blonde and wear makeup, and my presence seems to threaten and anger them no matter where I go. There are always 1 or 2 nice colleagues, but there is also a mass vibe of hostility. I can't leave because I can't take my son away from his father. Advice from Left Out in Paris.
Okay, can I say something right now before you even go to it? It feels like us in this studio a lot of times. We're the hottest podcast. We're the sexiest, and there's a lot of underlying hostility where we get put in the small studio. We don't get the respect we deserve, and I think it's because we're hot and people are intimidated by us.
I'm a blonde with makeup. I understand.
This is a blonde woman with makeup. Rich.
I have that's what that was the parallel.
Yeah, she's being persecuted for being hot.
No, I think she needs to move to Quebec, specifically Montreal. She speaks the language. They're much nicer in Canada, aka the chosen frozen, and then she'll get along fine in Canada. Ooh, Canada.
But Rich, you're not really understanding the parameters of this. She can't leave. She has a son who's thriving and is very popular. And her marriage didn't work, but she's probably co-parenting. I don't know what that is in French. Croissant, maybe. She's croissanting.
It's le parent. And that's okay, but
you're not understanding the parameters.
I understand. The French are the universal known for being dicks.
Yeah.
Everybody hates the French.
Yeah.
They're like, I am so much better than you.
Yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
So, but of course, this is like going to the hardware store and looking for milk. What does she expect? She's in frickin' France. What do you expect?
Yeah, but what's the solution, Rich?
I just gave you a solution.
She went over there for love. She had to get a divorce. She fits in very nicely, she thinks, but there's an underlying tension. How does she... We're solutions-based. How does she solve the problem,
All right,
Rich?
move to Belgium. It's close. Have some fries and shut the fuck up.
I think she should paint.
Oh, yeah.
She should paint her way out of her adversity. And
She's
then
already
get
painting her face.
The French... Yes. And the French respect art.
They do.
You knock out a couple of great paintings and people will respect you and they'll start being...
Aha, you got French AIDS. You got AIDS.
That's a variant. It's a very sexy upskill variant.
If you do that noise one more time, I'm moving to France.
I could switch over to the slide whistle, but it's going to be really delayed each time.
I don't
We don't
mind.
We don't have
time for all
we
that.
don't have the technology to have an on-time slide whistle.
Just tell me I'll make a different sound every time. I've got a million.
Okay.
Right, next one.
Rich, can I host the podcast?
I'm sorry.
You're coming on here and
I know, I'm being very
you're
alpha.
trying to boss baby me.
I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to relate to you because you're a father. Stop trying to boss baby me.
I didn't. You're welcome. Sorry, that's from that's a different one. Moana.
Dear Abby, my husband keeps talking about how attractive his exes are. Shannon?
Dear Abby, my husband and I have been married for 40 years and we've had our ups and downs. My problem is he frequently talks about the girls he knew before me. He describes them all in glowing terms: gorgeous, perfect body, beautiful hair, well endowed, and on and on. It makes me feel self-conscious and inadequate. Add to this, he is short-tempered with me. He constantly finds fault with the way I do things and speaks to me harshly.
Hurry up!
When I told him how it makes me feel, his answer was that I was, quote, sick in the head. He won't listen or acknowledge that he has a part in the problem. Where do I go from here? This is from feeling less than.
Is it her fault or his fault? Or should she just be better, Rich? What's your thoughts? She should just be better?
Has she talked to him and said, this is how that makes me feel? I don't feel seen?
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nicer now with this one.
Well, he just responds by saying, you're crazy. You're a dumpster fire.
Is that what he says?
Yeah, he said she's, quote, sick in the head.
Sick in the head!
You're sick of that? What are you talking about? I remember I used to go out with these broads and they was like shaped like an hourglass. First of all, if they've been married 40 years.
Right. And ups and downs.
Everybody, yes, 40 years. Ups and downs. Is he cheating on her?
No, I just think that he's probably reminiscing about the old,
Look, if they've been married 40 years, she's at least 60, right?
Stop doing math on me.
Okay, sorry.
But it's just
I added just 20 to the 40. Sorry. They say you do the math. I thought I took it literally.
But you remember your past a little more fondly than it actually happened.
Yeah,
These girls had other problems, but they were just like, he's in this marriage for like a long, super long time, and he's probably like, oh, I remember the days.
Yeah, I do the same thing to my wife. I was like, listen, when I was 19, I was banging these one-titty spiders. They were English. No, it's unkind. It's
unkind.
It's unkind, and I think if she can somehow express that,
yeah.
And if he says you're crazy, I mean,
get a divorce after 40 years, Rich?
Maybe
you should threaten divorce. I hear that successful couples do that all the time.
I think I have the answer.
What?
She should start talking about all that 20s cock she used to get.
Come on, Rich.
Yes, back in the day, I used to da 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 da.
Oh my God.
That was.
I mean, you could have said it less graphic, Rich.
But that's to make him uncomfortable. You see how uncomfortable you are right now?
I'm very uncomfortable by that.
Exactly. How do you think he's going to feel? He's going to go, oh, that's disgusting. She can go, you're crazy. I imagine that's how she sounds. Eat it. You're crazy.
I'm uncomfortable yet entertained by it. Okay, is that weird? I have mixed emotions about it.
That's going to be the new.
Can we approach our boss together so no one's the fall guy, Shannon?
Okay, it says, our boss is awful. My boss is driving us all crazy. She's a micromanager and doesn't realize that her actions are causing a lot
Hurry
of
up.
stress
Keep reading.
and unhappiness.
You're doing a great job.
She doesn't seem open to feedback, and no one wants to say anything for fear of the reaction or retaliation. Should we go to her and say something as a team so there's no one person who needs to shoulder the responsibility?
Does the boss have a boss? That's a good question.
Oh, you go over the boss's head?
You gotta go over
That's
the
going to
boss's
go
head.
well.
Actually, that's part of what the answer said, is that is there somebody that you can go
No.
above this person?
You confront the boss as a team, and everybody takes turns. Everybody circles the boss.
They circle the boss and say, listen, stop talking about how your coworkers used to be hot. How your employees used to be hot.
They all read.
Yeah, thank you.
They all read letters to the boss like an intervention.
Yes.
Your thoughts?
I think that's a great idea.
It's a great idea. You don't go over the boss's
No, you don't go
head.
over you do, everybody is a unified
Yeah.
front, but will they do it? But I think that's great.
Yeah, everybody has to have a letter.
It hurts me more than you know.
Yeah. You're
Every
hurting
time
me.
you micromanage me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Imagine this person at work, what it's like to live with them in their personal life.
I mean, also
micromanaging them.
Oh yeah, but it's also like I've had that happen where
Yeah.
someone like told me how to do my job. And
Did you quit and grow a mustache?
yeah, it sucks, but it's also like this is life. Like, so they're not ideal. So either get a new job or figure out a way to deal with it, or maybe be better at your job and they won't micromanage you.
Wow.
Whoa, that was harsh.
Victim blame.
Victim blaming.
Is that your middle name?
Triggered. You're taking away my gun.
Cookbook author Jenny Mullen admits she shouldn't be in the kitchen. Shannon, tell us more.
Hold on, I lost my spot. Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Jenny Mullen is flabbergasted that she's written a cookbook. Quote, I'm not a cook, and that's what I tell everybody, the actress 43 told Page Six. I've been dyslexic, anorexic, a theater major. I'm left-handed. I'm a Gemini. I should not be in the kitchen.
I didn't know a theater major was a disability. Rich, before we even read any more, have you ever accidentally written a cookbook?
I mean, that...
Accidentally been in the kitchen and stumbled over and boom, 15 recipes.
Have you ever read Judy Carter's book? That was a shot to Judy Carter, and not because I dislike Judy Carter, but she followed me and then unfollowed me, and she's forever dead for me.
Oh my God.
I only know that because I messaged her to be like, "Hey, I heard of your book," and I was like, "Wait a minute, you followed me then unfollowed me? How LA? Let's not make this about me. I'm a Libra. I'm left-handed. One foot is bigger than the other. My boobs are the same size. Have I written a cookbook? No. Have I been on cooking shows? Yes.
And you're also an emotional eater?
Oh, I am an emotional eater.
Oh, you gotta be.
I am an emotional eater.
But the cookbook. Read on, Shannon. We only got 2 minutes left. We've
So-
got to.
This actress is married to Jason Biggs.
Yes.
And
American Pie.
Yes.
Which is a food-related movie.
Sorry. Here's a picture of her and Jason Biggs together. Basically, this entire article is a plug for the cookbook. There's not a lot of more information about her. She just wants people to buy her book.
Okay. Well,
I mean, look, there's a
People
lot of
can
ghostwriters, and you know what? So yeah,
Right.
all right. At least she admitted it.
a lot of overweight ghostwriters.
They
It's a cookbook.
they haunt like this.
Rich, finally, I have to get to some. We have 1 minute left. We're going to get you out of here on time. Leonardo DiCaprio fails to keep low profile amid Gigi Hadid romance.
Who?
He's dating young women.
This
What are
is
your-
known.
Yeah.
This has forever been known.
And they're models.
And this has also been known. And they're taped up.
And they're taped up. They're taped up.
They're scotch taped to his balls over. Yeah.
But they're taped up models. Do you have anything? You have a problem with them?
I mean,
Do you have a problem with him dating young models? And when they turn 26, he releases them into the wild?
is that his cutoff?
Other fish in the sea?
Is that his cutoff?
26.
That's his cutoff.
Yes.
Can I just say, it was before this 25, but Gigi Hadid is 27.
Ooh.
Wow.
He
Get a
listens to the
hearing aid,
fans. He listens-
Gigi. Jeez. Where's your Metamucil? B47 or is it just GG? Oh, where in Florida do you live? Habibi-dee-ba-dee-ba-dee?
Is Gigi tone deaf?
I mean, do you think... listen, I don't want to weigh in on this because this is going to blow back and end my future career. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's a weird thing. Look, there's no mystery of what they're getting into.
Right.
Maybe they think, oh, I can change him.
They can change him.
Maybe they can change him.
And they don't.
And
They can't change him.
I wonder if Leonardo's like, you know, I used to date back in my I used to date these zygotes and they were so hot the way that they had just fully formed in the womb. And they're like, "Oh, you're making me uncomfortable." And he's like, "You're crazy." And then he does that dance from Wolf of Wall Street. Remember the breakdancing?
Yeah, I did.
Pretty good dancer.
He's a great dancer.
I don't
and
know,
And it's his
like-
preference.
It's hard because I'm not a, you know, what do you think about it?
Why are you turning the tables on me?
Because I don't want to get canceled.
I said it before on this podcast. Women are quick enough to date somebody under 6 foot.
That is a very
Why is
good,
Leo being chastised for dating somebody at the ripe old age of 26?
That is a very good point.
It's a great point. One of us in this studio won't date somebody who's under 6 foot.
I'm going to go with Mike. Is it Mike? Is it you? You won't date?
It's not me.
It's not you.
I'm also okay with Leo having his preference of younger girls. That's totally fine.
Anything goes in Shannon's
I know, she
chaotic
just
anarchy
wants to-
world.
Right. She just wants to justify the
She
tallisms.
justifies whatever.
The shortisms.
Dating a firefighter that will punch you in the face for saying hello.
But he does save cats and trees.
Yes, he does. Neck tattoos for everybody, huh, Shannon?
Yes, agreed. And hand tattoos.
And hand tattoos. And I'm sorry they can't be buried in your
In my little Jewy.
in your goy cemetery.
You know how Jews hunt, they haunt?
What?
Your corpse has too much salt.
Okay. Well, Rich, thank you for joining us. 502. Are you a delinquent parent?
I have to be there. I have till 6, but I just don't like my kid being the last one being picked up.
Because of trauma?
Yeah, I don't want him to have abandonment.
Traumatized.
Yeah, his mom's out of town. I want him to feel safe
Right.
and secure because I'm a damn good father.
His mom is wintering in Holland?
She's skiing in the flatlands of the nether region.
Do you think it's a secret family? Is that why she's out of town?
No, God, no. I think it's because she's got a family emergency that she had to go for. Or
Okay.
family business. Or maybe she just wanted to get away from me. Or maybe there's no maybe.
Well, Rich, thank you for coming in.
Just call me Rich is Funny, please.
RichIsFunny.com. Thank you for coming in. And it was great working with you all weekend.
Oh, it was. I
had a lot of fun.
I love it,
And I love
we
the
should
hang.
do this. Yeah, let's do more of this. Write in if you'd like me to be the side, the sidekick here at the.
I would love
You're
that.
laughing, and I think we have a business model.
We do.
That would be great.
It
and
would be
Natalie
great.
even said it earlier in the show. You should be on all the time.
I would love to.
Maybe our revenue would go up.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, I think it would.
Are you Jewish, Shannon?
No.
See, your revenue would go up.
Thank you for coming in.
The first thing I would do is change that to have Nagila have.
I used to have it. I don't have it anymore.
Well, thank you for coming in, Rich, for Natalie, for Shannon, for Rich Aronovitch, RichIsFunny.com. I'm Mike Vecchione. We'll see you guys next week.